Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and here we have a lock, there it is, sent to me by Talonpick, who hopefully all of you will know, and if you don't, then please do go follow links in my description to Talonpick's page, because he is a phenomenal picker from Spain. Anyway, what's so special about this? You're like, oh, it's just a Yale Euro. Oh, I've seen a million of those. Well, sort of. Look here, look. Made in Spain. And for what I believe, because, of course, Yale are owned by, zoom in again, Assa Abloy. This, I think, is made in the Tesa factory. And Tesa, if you know your locks, do some incredible pins and locks with great tolerances. So, you know, this is a Yale, but it's also an Assa, and it's also an Abloy, and it's possibly even a Tesa, all at the same time. What I do hope, however, that this isn't, if it is made in the Tesa factory, which I believe it is, that it doesn't get taken over by the Yale mark. I mean, Yale has a fantastic history, of course. Much respect to Yale. I'm a fan, but you know, with Assa Abloy taking over some locks, we're losing some marks like Ruco and a few others, and I just hope that doesn't happen to Tesa and a few other companies as well. That would be a shame. You know, still great locks, but that history sort of lost, isn't it? Anyway, from what I can see from Talonpick's video on this is actually quite a tricky lock and has some exciting pins. In preparation, I have taken off. This is some marking from Talonpick. I've left them on just for posterity, but I don't know what they mean. And I've taken off this little circlet because it's one of those squashy ones. It's a real pain to open on the fly. What I've got to remember though is that I do not want to accidentally pull the plug out while I'm picking it, which would be a disaster. Right, the key, I mean, it's really flat bitting, but since we're going to single pin pick it and not rake it, just for fun, to have a feel around to what the pins are, this might make it harder to pick because of course the driver pins will be sat quite deep in the keyway, and having to push them to quite high up in the lock means it will encounter any little traps that they might set us. It works really well. Just got to make sure I support the core as I pull the key out so I don't gut the thing automatically. Right, let's go find a vise and have a pick of this and see what it's like on the inside. So we're in the vise, and I just want to show you the keyway, which is sort of a Yale YL5 style, but this little cutout here can swallow tension tools, and it can make the tools dig into the lock body, which sort of ruins your tensioning. I didn't mention it before, but this is a YL5 if you want to know about that. Anyway, so the cam's nice and free from the vise. I'm going to use this nice thick tension tool I got from my friend Rubber Band, and that should give me some nice tension control, and just a sparrow short hook because, well, why not? I'm just going to go in and feel for anything that feels firm. So that's 3 there, 2 now, feel it, 2 there, 1 now, 1, 4, and a bit crunchy, 1 again, 4, I can feel 5, it's very gritty at the back though. Oh, hit 5 and we are open. Okay, so I picked this, I haven't gutted it, but I picked this before off camera, just practicing around, thinking what I should shoot a video on, and it's by far the quickest I've picked this lock, I'll be perfectly honest. It seems very inconsistent, and if it contains tapered pins, which I think it does, then that would explain why, because they like to overset very quickly, and they like to underset because they sort of hang up in the lock and require you to sometimes pick the lock a few times, or even if they're overset, to just relax that tension, feather it, and let the key pins drop back down. I hear that there's a little feature in this lock which is all to do with this part of the key. This part of the key engages with a pin which may be partially passive, but it does mean that you can block the core. Ooh, almost pulled it out there, if you're not careful. And what I'm doing, you see, I'm pushing up right now, but it's not moving, so I think you need to, and I don't know for sure, sort of get in there and fish around, and there, tickle it, and then it'll go around all the way again. What I don't want to do is actually lock it back up, because that would be silly. I've just picked it, so I'm going to move it all the way back. We've got that trap again. I need to get in there and see if I can tickle that pin somehow. Get some tension in there. See if I can. Not done this actually. Trying to figure out where it is. Oh, I've got it there. So there's something happening in that lock, isn't there? I just can't wait to find out what. I really like exploring locks like this. It's really cool. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? Right. I think I've got enough equipment out to be able to gut this. So let's have a go. Here's a pinning tray. Here is a follower, or something to keep the pins down. And then let's grab a hook and try and pull this out. So the pins are going to be at the top. So let's try and do this sensibly. Okay, good. That seemed to work so far. No dramas. And just pop that down for a second, gently. And let's have a look here. Ah, yes. Look. Should we pop in the key and see how, or let's line it up first and have a look. So something's definitely going on here, isn't it? See those key pins bob? Oh, look at that. Those are some fierce tapers. You can see how if they would just, they would easily just overset a little bit, poking up like a little wedge in the keyway, just like that, and then hang. And then you need to feather your attention to let them drop back down. But then if I put the key in all the way, you'll see that little pin bump up, see, like that. And I think that because this is in line with chamber 4, as you rotate it without a key in, the driver pin will drop back down into this spot as well. But it's got enough camber that as long as that pin's there, it will allow it to rotate out, only if you've got basically a key in there. So I don't know what you want to call it really. Is it a passive pin? Is it a secret check pin? Let's call it a check pin. I think it's more like a check pin. Let's have a look at these key pins now. Right, I'm just going to gut it and quickly, and we'll get back to it. 2 seconds. Okay, so you can see that there's nothing exciting going on in the actual body of the lock itself, no more than normal, but these pins are really lovely. And yeah, they look like the new sort of Assa Yale style pins. Let's look at these driver pins. They're like a multi-spool, a bit like a, let's move that here, a bit like a Christmas cracker, but maybe not shaped quite as well. So these are like, I don't know, they're like a multi-serrated pin really, aren't they? Very nice. But look at these key pins here. Just look at that beveling there. This taper. These tapered pins are really awesome. In fact, you know, they're quite tricky to pick because they will overset in a heartbeat. Especially with low cuts on the key. Very cool indeed. So, oh, losing that one. Especially this. Look at this really nice long one here. This one will really catch you out if you weren't aware of it. Yeah, very nice indeed. And then this is that little passive one. This little check pin that sits just in the side here, minding its own business. And you can see how here's a driver pin. That's why it hangs up in here. When you turn the plug, you just need to push it up so it can go up this camber. But if it had a key in, then it would just push up. So I'm going to call it a little check pin. Certainly new, and I've never seen one on a Yale before. So what do I think to this? Well, I think for a little 5-pin Yale, it's not too bad, is it? It's kind of cute. Shame there's no like anti-snap and not much in the way of anti-drill. I'll just dump those springs out there. But, you know, overall, I guess not too shabby. So if you like this video, please leave a like. If you have a comment about this lock or anything lock picking related, then please leave a comment. Of course, I always read every comment and I reply to as many as I can. If you like this content, want to see more like it, and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. That'd be really awesome of you, and it really helps this channel out. And of course, I'll see you all next time.